Wait, no, I have it right here.
What's your name again?
Anthony.
Anthony.
Yeah.
Pat.
Yeah.
I know we met. Like,
Yeah, we met
once,
like, it was
but-
like my first
Yeah.
meeting, like months ago now.
September, not too bad.
Was it September?
I think so. Is your background in construction or?
It is, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I work for a general contracting firm. Their headquarters out of Milford,
Mhm.
but they have offices all over the East Coast. So, yeah.
I don't think Frank is coming,
Oh,
but we still should be able to, we can still vote. We have one person.
Yep.
So whenever you guys are ready.
Great, then I will call this meeting to order on this second day of December 2025. Time is now 7:04 p.m. In terms of the legal notice itself, I mean, I don't believe I have a copy of the actual legal notice. There's just the agenda itself, just in terms of, but I can.
So the agenda has the legal notice, so the blurb on there is the legal notice.
Okay, so notices and agendas are to be posted 48 hours in advance of the meetings, excluding Saturdays, Sundays, and legal holidays. Please keep in mind town clerk's hours of operation and make necessary arrangements to be sure your posting is made in an adequate amount of time. Listing of the topics that the chair reasonably anticipates will be discussed at this meeting. We have case number 25-04, 39 Summer Ave, case 25-15, 73 Grant Street. So we can, case 2516, 49 Shade Street, case number 2517, 40 Marble Road, and we do have additional other business, specifically the regulatory agreement and the minutes from our October 7th meeting. For purposes of this meeting, I believe we can probably start just very quickly with 39 Summer Ave.
Yep.
And my understanding is that this is a continuance request. Is that correct, Amanda?
Yeah.
Right.
you can take
We
this
did
to-
receive
Do you want me to read the email?
yes, we do. We did receive an email requesting continuance, I believe, until our February date. That email was sent on Wednesday, November 19th. Does anybody have any particular objections to continuing the 39 Summer Ave matter until February?
No objections.
Nope.
And is there a motion to continue?
I move to punt the continuance to February.
Second.
We just,
Okay, and just all in favor?
so we need to do
Do we need
a roll call.
to
We need to do
a roll call? Okay.
Yes.
Then Patrick?
Aye. I'm in favor.
Okay, Mr. Federa. Good to see you again,
Yeah,
too.
you as well, Chris. Yeah. Aye.
And Cindy.
Aye.
And I am an aye as well. Do we have any other members that I just do not see on camera?
Nope.
Nope.
So it is unanimous. The 39 Summer Ave matter will be continued until February. And a minute, we are switching to Mondays, I believe, starting in 2026. I believe that's also something that we are discussing. Do we have a date for that one yet?
So
Yeah.
February 2nd is that Monday.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. The next matter we will call is case number 25-15, 73 Grand Street. The Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing in the conference meeting room at Town Hall, 16 Lowell Street, Reading, Massachusetts, on December 2nd, 2025 at 7 p.m. on the application of Daniel McCarthy on behalf of the homeowners pursuant to MGL Chapter 40A, Section 9 for a special permit under Reading zoning bylaws section 7.0, 7.3, and 7.3.2 to construct a single-story addition on an existing non-conforming structure with a non-conforming rear yard setback on the property located at 73 Grand Street, Assessors Map 21, Lot 285 in Reading, Massachusetts. And 1 second here. Unless there is an objection, I will dispense with the reading of the abutters list, except to say that the abutters were notified as per the following. The Select Board, the Reading Town Clerk, the Reading Police Department, Reading Fire Department, Reading Building Department, Reading Conservation Commission, Health Departments, Assessor's Office, Engineering Division, CPDC, members and associate members of the Board of Appeals, as well as the planning boards of Wakefield, Linfield, North Reading, Stoneham, Woburn, and Wilmington. Now, those folks who are present for this matter, testimony given before this board is taken under oath, so if you think you may want to speak, we would ask that you please stand at this time and raise your right hand. And I swear that the testimony given by me before this board will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Your response would be, I do.
I do.
Thank you very much. And if you could please step up to the microphone and present your request for us, please.
Thank you. Daniel McCarthy on behalf of the homeowners. We are looking to construct a one-story addition off the right-hand side of an existing house at 73 Grand Street. The existing house setback on the rear is 11'1". The new proposed would be 15'6", not making it any more non-conforming what it is. We have an existing structure there now, and the section that becomes closer to or encroaches on is a existing set of stairs off of a wraparound porch on the existing structure. So we're trying to encapsulate those stairs to get an increased square footage on the first, in the first floor addition. All of our side setbacks are within the 15-foot as proposed.
Do any members of the board have any questions for Mr. McCarthy?
Yeah, I have a question, or actually probably just a clarification, because I think I get this, but the body of the application talks about the proposed setback is 15.6 feet. The current setback is 11.1. The 11.1 is going to stay, right? Okay,
The
it's not
11.1
replacing
is
it.
the existing structure that is not that remains. correct.
Okay, I see that. I just wanted to make sure that the record was clear.
Sure.
But the new part that you're building is
It's at the
15.6.
15.6.
Okay.
Correct.
That's all I have.
Thank you.
Do any other members of the board have any questions? Are there any members from the public who are present to speak regarding this matter in particular?
Can I ask the builder a question?
Say it again?
Can I ask the builder a question? I live
Yeah,
at
as long
79.
as it's not testimony.
Yeah,
Can I just ask you a question?
could you just identify yourself, please, for the record?
Lot 1 was 79 Grant Street. I about these people.
One, actually, sir, if you are going to speak, if you are going to be requested, we do need to swear you in. So if I could ask you to please stand and raise your right hand. Do you hereby solemnly declare or affirm under the penalty of perjury testimony you shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? The response is I do.
I do.
And I'm going to ask you to please again state your name and address for the record.
Mark Lundquist, 79 Grant Street, Reading.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Lundquist. We would ask that you direct any questions directed to the board itself, and we can also then request
I gave them a letter.
any response then.
And I
And
have no
maybe
problem with it. My question is, they're gonna heat it with heat pumps. That's my understanding. That's what Joey told me, they're gonna heat it with heat pumps. But we didn't know where the compressors are going. Do we know where the compressors, the outdoor compressors are gonna go and which direction they're gonna face?
They would either be on the back of the house or on the right-hand side of that house. Neither one has been decided.
Can you mark it?
Correct.
Okay, so the right-hand side, you show a patio.
There's
There's
no,
a patio that I saw on the thing.
there's no patio on the
Okay.
right-hand side. There's no existing patio or proposed patio.
So they're gonna be on the
around.
back?
They would either be on the back or the right-hand side of the house.
Okay, do we know what the setback is on compressors?
They would get hung off of the house,
Oh, okay.
so there wouldn't be, I can't be quoted on that, but I don't think that there would be a requirement for that.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I
Chair, any further questions in relation to Mr. Lundquist's question?
it would be in that back corner.
Does anybody else have anything on this application? Nothing else, Chris?
Thank you. Anything else from the board?
Do you want to see?
It appears so. We do have a couple of letters that were sent regarding this matter, and I believe we have a letter from Mr. Charles Mathewson, dated November 25th, 2025, from 16 Harriman Avenue. We have a letter from Ms. Lisa Tropiano from 76 Grand Street. And a letter from Ms. Mary and Sean O'Brien, 72 Grand Street. Matt, are these included as part of the record, or do we actually need to read them into the record?
I think as long as you just list them and that they're all in support of that, that's fine.
Yes, and it appears that all three letters are in support
There was
of
a,
this project.
Chris, there was a fourth letter?
There was a fourth, okay. Oh, I'm sorry, yes, a Joseph and Mary Ellen Ferlito from 17 Harriman Avenue.
So I have
And that appears to be in support as well.
so it's 6 total.
Oh, you sent us
You
four
sent
the other day.
4?
Yeah.
Okay.
All six.
Are there two others in?
So I have Charles Mathewson, Mark and Elizabeth Lundquist, Matt and Carrie Kilduff, Lisa Tropiano, Mary and Sean O'Brien, Joseph and Mary Ellen Ferlito.
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 I only have 4.
4, okay. I must not have all those down.
I have the Joseph and Mary Carlito,
Get past the record.
Mary
This
and
one's-
Sean O'Brien.
And And those are all in support?
Yes.
They were all in support, yes.
Right. And I don't think the application specified this, but the letters talked about the fact that it's being built to house the homeowner's parents. Is that right?
Yes, it'll be a bedroom on the first floor.
Okay.
Is there a motion from anyone on the board?
Motion?
You want to do the motion?
How do you do the motion?
Why don't I do this one? and
All right,
you
do
can
that,
one there.
that's fine.
Okay, I'll make the motion, Chris. I move to grant this petitioner, Daniel McCarthy, on behalf of the homeowner, Carolyn Beaulieu and Joy Jatros, I don't even know how that's pronounced, on application number Z2515, a special permit under section 7.3.2 of the zoning bylaws on the non-conforming lot at 73 Grand Street in Reading, Massachusetts, as shown on a certified plot plan dated April 10th, 2024 by professional land surveyor Stephen Melushuk. This special permit is subject to the following conditions. 1, the petitioner shall submit to the building inspector a certified plot plan of the proposed construction and proposed foundation plans prior to the issuance of a foundation permit for the work. 2, the petitioner's final construction plans for the new structure shall be submitted to the building inspector along with the as-built foundation plans prior to the issuance of a building permit. 3, as-built plans showing the completed construction shall be submitted to the building inspector immediately after the work is completed and prior to the issuance of an occupancy permit.
Is there a second from the board?
Second.
And we will do a vote. We have to do a roll call vote. So we can start. Patrick?
I'm in favor. Did we reference the designs too? Okay.
I represented the, I don't usually reference the designs. We can add that if you want.
Okay.
And as shown on the design submitted with the application by Croteau Designs, dated July 8th, 2025.
Okay. And with that amendment, is there a second?
Second.
All right. Then we can start the vote over again. Patrick?
Aye.
Thank you. Mr. Federa?
Aye.
Cindy?
Aye.
I'm an aye as well, so that is a unanimous vote. Congratulations, Carol and Joy. And Mr. McCarthy?
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
We can move on to the next item, that is case number 25-16, 49 Chute Street. The Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing in the conference meeting room at Town Hall, 16 Lowell Street, Reading, Massachusetts, on December 2nd, 2025 at 7 p.m. on the application of Kim Cogswell pursuant to MGL Chapter 40A, Section 9, for a special permit under Reading zoning bylaws sections 7.0, 7.3, and 7.3.2 to construct a single-story addition on an existing non-conforming structure exceeding the maximum allowed site coverage on the property located at 49 Chute Street, Assessors Map 21, Lot 177 in Reading, Massachusetts. Unless there is an objection, I will dispense with the reading of the abutters list, except to say that the abutters were notified as were the following: the Select Board, Town Clerk, Police Department, Fire Department, Building Department, Conservation Commission, Health Department, Assessor's Office, Engineering Division, CPDC, and members and associate members of the Board of Appeals, as well as the planning boards of Wakefield, Linfield, North Reading, Stoneham, Woburn, and Wilmington. Now, folks folks, if anyone's here on behalf to speak on this matter, testimony before this board is taken under oath, so if you think you may want to speak, please stand and raise your right hand. Thank you. I swear that the testimony given by me before this board will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The response is, I do.
I do.
Thank you. And we welcome you to come in and just speak and let us know what you see today.
Yeah, thank you. I'm Doug Cogswell. This is my wife, Kim Cogswell. We're the owners of 49 Shute Street.
And residents.
Owners and residents, that's good. What we're planning on doing is about a 100 square foot addition off the back of the house, taking over some of the deck, which will include a washer dryer and a mudroom, so we come in out of the cold, take our coats off, all of that. It's a small addition, and it's within the boundaries of the current line of the house. There's a carriage house looking out the back to the left of the addition that will actually still extend further than the new addition. And then the deck goes across, and there's a sunroom that sticks out further than the current addition too. So it's not coming closer to any of the setback lines or borders of the property. That's sort of the story. It's an older house, so it's got the lot size issues that go with older houses, and we're just trying to get them kind of a little bit modernized for the washer dryer and the mudroom. Any questions?
So is it true that, I see what you're, I think you used the phrase, we're tucking it in, and I think I see
Yeah, it's
where you're
tucked
tucking
in.
it in. But is it on top of the deck that's already there, or is there anything that's going to be covered by the new addition that isn't already present?
No, so the new addition, that section of deck will come out, and they're gonna dig a foundation, so there'll be a poured foundation in there for that addition to go on.
Okay, but the deck is there right now at the same place where the
Yes,
foundation
exactly.
will be?
The
Okay.
deck actually comes out further. Well, the deck is where this current addition's going, yes.
Okay.
I guess one question, if part of that deck is coming out, would it be the entire deck that would be coming out? And are there any possible plans to extend that deck at all?
No, it's gonna take off about maybe 1/4 to 1/5 of the deck, looking out the back, that's the left side of the deck. The rest of the deck will remain there. And there'll be an exit from this new mudroom onto the somewhat shrunken but current deck, which then drops to a patio in the back, but we have no intention of removing or making the deck bigger.
Okay, great.
So that'll all stay the same.
Is the patio off the sunroom or the other side here?
Yeah, the patio, so you can see that deck goes across, and then it drops down facing the south side or to the back to a lower level where there's a paved patio back there, which is entry from either the street on the west or off the back of the house, dropping down some steps from the deck.
I did bring some photographs. I don't know if that would be helpful.
I don't know if anybody needs to see them. I think we all
Yeah.
saw it
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah.
We've all driven by.
Yeah,
Oh,
actually,
should have anyway.
I took a look at this one a few days ago as well too. So, and I understand. I guess what you're trying to accomplish is rather than, or if you're going to the garage, rather than having to go outside to get into the garage, that's kind of how I interpret it. So.
Yeah, because that space is right off the kitchen, so that house, it's actually an old carriage house from the 1860s, which it'd be really hard to build anything in there. Between where the kitchen ends and that carriage house is where this mudroom's going. So we looked at different options, but going out there would be challenging at best. I mean, it doesn't even have a foundation. It's a really old, you can picture 160-year-old, 70-year-old.
Yeah, stone foundation probably. Yeah.
So it's easy to get. Plus the heat is right there in the kitchen. It's easy to run that out. Plumbing for the washer dryer.
And you're realistically only going up 0.2% in coverage.
Right.
Yeah, it's a fairly small addition. You can picture it's an old house, and so the basement has a rubble foundation with lots of rocks, and the washer dryer down there We just, as we
Steep stairs.
age, we don't want to be carrying laundry up and down the stairs, so the goal is to get that up and just make it
I
the
see,
whole
yeah.
first floor more livable is the main purpose here.
Yeah.
I'm glad to show you the stairs to the basement.
I mean, I guess, not to be a nudge here, but under the special permit, you have an existing nonconformity, which is that your house takes up more of the lot than it's supposed to in terms of percentage. And you actually are asking to increase that nonconformity by a teeny tiny amount, 0.2%. But what I'm trying to clarify is when the percentage is calculated, right now they say it's 28.6%. Are they including the deck or not?
I don't believe they're including,
I don't know
yeah.
who calculated the percentage.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the plot plan, it doesn't look like it was included, but without doing the math, I wouldn't be able to say that for sure.
The very bottom with the 3 asterisks, it says that.
Oh, so it does.
Yeah.
Thanks. Decks included, okay. So I guess I should ask, have you thought about, is there a way to do the construction you want to do without increasing the nonconformity by 0.2%? I realize that 0.2% is a tiny number, but that it is the parameters of the rule that we follow. So have you, I don't know how many square feet that translates to, but
I mean, we worked with we're working with MBA builders, and we worked with them and the design architect, and there really isn't anywhere else that we could put it.
okay. And if you decrease the width by a foot or something, I don't know if those are the right numbers or not, I'm just making something up. If you decrease the width or the length by a tiny amount, would that affect what you want to do there?
Well, the length is just going between the house and the carriage house, the 2 existing structures, so that's kind of fixed, otherwise you have a weird gap in there. The depth coming in the door, the problem is it's already tight because we took it back from the edge of the deck and the edge of the carriage house, so it's in closer than it would be if it went all the way to the edge of the carriage house. And then you're trying to fit like a washer, dryer, a countertop, and a closet in there, which if you make it shrink, or at some point it's not usable space. So we played with parameters, and at one point the outside wall on the back was out to the edge of the carriage house, but we brought that back in because from a look and feel, we're trying not to cut into the deck or cut into the patio too much either. We're trying to keep using that, so we did shrink it once.
Okay.
So, we were also talking at one point about going into the carriage house, but that's a whole nother, as we said a few minutes ago, can of worms to go in there.
Yeah,
That
that would have to be rebuilt.
we have a whole nother discussion.
Okay.
So,
So the difficulty for me here is that I don't believe this is actually technically a special permit request. This would have to be a variance.
I
Once-
think that's what
Yeah.
somebody was saying.
So I did talk to Steve about that, because that was originally my thought, and the way he saw it is they were already, the lot coverage is already non-conforming, so they're not creating a new non-conformity, they're just extending an existing.
They're extending an existing.
non-conformity.
If they're increasing a nonconformity, then it's a
Yeah.
circumstance where a variance is needed, not necessarily
Yeah.
a special permit.
That's been our pattern, always, as long as I've been here anyway. Yeah, I mean, we don't usually deal with area coverage. It's more common that we deal with a setback or something. But
Yeah.
I think we generally do say that if the setback is currently a foot off and they want to make it 18 inches off, we say, nope, you're increasing the nonconformity, which we can't do under the special permit bylaw.
So because their lot coverage is already non-conforming,
Yeah.
they're not creating something new, they're not going past the 25% per se, because they're already past that, so they're just extending an existing non-conformity. So if they were already 25% and they bumped it up to 25.5, like a 2%, that would be, at least from my understanding with Steve, that would be creating a new nonconformity, where this is an existing nonconformity and you're just increasing it.
He's almost treating it like a use variance, like, because it's gonna still be the same. inside
Yeah,
the
use
house.
variance is still a variance.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I analogize it to if somebody's adding a second story on top of a non-conforming area. That's
Oh.
okay, because they're not,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just Mr. Mrs. Coxwell, just so that you kind of have an understanding of what we're discussing here. There is a difference in the standard between requesting a special permit versus requesting a variance. The standard for requesting a variance is significantly higher. And historically, whenever someone has extended or increased the nonconformity, that is generally going to be a variance request. So the application and the applicants have to meet that higher standard. So that's part of the legal kind of analysis that we're trying to do here.
And it's a different.
The hard part is that, it is a very different standard, and it's a different analysis, and it's a different application, frankly, as well.
What I could get
Yeah, Patrick, go ahead.
what I could get behind, and I don't know if the board would support this, but we could sort of say that in this scenario, the change is so de minimis that it doesn't necessarily require a variance, and it should be treated as a special permit based on what the building inspector had sort of concluded already.
That's exactly the phrase I had in my mind. De minimis.
Yeah.
Good legal phrase.
You think
I-
it's de minimis?
Means itty bitty.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know
I
how
can-
Chris feels about that, but that's.
So that's the hard part, though, is that, I mean, we've had circumstances where things have encroached an extra 2 inches into a setback. And ultimately, we're forced to deny the application for variance.
In this case, they could decrease the length by a foot, probably come into the right percentage that way, and it would look ridiculous because it wouldn't be filling the whole gap.
Right.
Well, the other thing is when we're denying those 2 inches, that they could really impact their neighbors a little bit more than this scenario where it's more internal.
And it's not extending actually beyond, it's not extending any further than the perimeter of the current house.
It's
I
just
think,
maybe it's just taking
obviously
up
the
more-
other board members will probably tell folks that when we're looking at things along the lines of a variance and things like that, we also, one of the things that I always bring up is just kind of that precedential value. So it's a circumstance where if we accept a de minimis argument here, then we are somewhat left seeking or kind of setting a precedent where a de minimis argument may be made elsewhere as well.
Yeah.
There are certainly circumstances where, when it is a circumstance like what we've discussed, like what we're discussing here, our common response, and the rest of the board can correct me if necessary, is to allow the applicants to request a continuance so that they can speak with their builder to try and remove the extension of that non-conforming portion. Because ultimately it's a circumstance with variance, we are required by law to deny it unless the applicant proves the 4 very specific criteria that are requested under variance applications.
Well, we're here because we received a letter saying we needed a special permit. So that's why we're here.
That's a good point.
And I was gonna say, we don't necessarily have to rule that it's a variance, although if it's your strong opinion that it is a variance, maybe we do kick it back to the building inspector for more discussion. The other thing that we should probably bring up at this point is you're entitled to a 5-member board if you want one, and today we only have 4, and you might not get all 4, so revisiting this in a month after talking to the building inspector, talking to whoever did the plans here, John Sullivan, just seeing if something else could be worked into to sort of get rid of that 0.2%, but it's entirely up to you. Because in a month, if we do have 5 members, maybe that changes things, maybe it doesn't.
Do you know how many square feet your house is?
It's roughly
The-
1750 is the first floor, I think.
Okay,
900-ish is maybe a little over because it's a little bit bigger than the upstairs.
Yeah, so I just did some math as well too, because
Oh, good.
at 28.6% of 5970 square feet is 1707 square
That
feet,
sounds,
that's what I'm assuming is your existing.
that sounds like the existing
house.
square feet of the house, excluding the carriage house.
Correct, where the 28.8% increases that to 1719, so 1,719. So we're talking about a difference of 12 square feet.
12 square feet.
In it could even be less than that 1 foot that you were even talking about
Yeah.
potentially. So, because this looks like an 11 foot, so it's just over a foot shrinkage. And I don't know if, like, you know, what Chris was saying is if you talk to the builder, talk to the architect, if that's feasible to shrink that, to stay within that 28.6%.
That just seems,
Which way are we shrinking it? Like,
You have to shrink it from the back, move the back in, because you can't shrink the size because it abuts the kitchen and the carriage house. You have a gap. It's only the outside, the back wall,
Yeah.
the south wall, south facing wall.
Yeah, the wall that is up against the proposed washer and dryer and
Yeah.
cabinets,
Which
correct.
shrinks the interior space, and thinking it's already tight.
yeah,
I mean,
There's not a lot of
it's
space.
not,
one thing that maybe, Chris, if I could ask for is to, I don't know how much of a temperature we have yet of our various members here and what would happen, and, you know, we do normally try to give people the idea of that. I mean, I would be inclined to allow this because, not only because it's de minimis, but because the building commissioner has, from the beginning, considered this a special permit case, not a variance case. That's what he told them. And it's 12 feet.
Yeah, it's 12 square feet.
I would
I'm aware of the precedential, you know,
I
issue
absolutely
here.
understand the de minimis.
But,
I absolutely,
yeah.
I do.
But I, for one, am inclined to, in this case, allow it. And, you know, I don't want to, you know, necessarily force the rest of you to say one way or the other at this moment. But if we could do that, because then you would, you know, I don't want to send you away and come back with a, you know, major change that may not be necessary.
right.
So,
I don't
take it away,
mind
guys.
saying that I would also support, you know, approving this as a special permit, due to the fact that it's minimus, and I've said this before, but I don't feel personally tied to a precedent, more so than in this very exact context, so, you know, 0.2% within the lot coverage area. If someone came to me with something very similar, yeah, I might feel tied to that precedent, but other than that, I don't feel like it would apply for volumes. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think I would agree with both of my board members as well too. It's very, very minimal, but
and it's been presented to us as a special permit.
Correct. That's another factor.
Chris, do you want to share your thoughts to give them a better idea of what they might do?
My thoughts are generally along the lines of that I can recognize that the building department believes that this is a special permit. I don't believe that the bylaws would agree. I am torn to the extent to where I would feel happy for the Cogswells, but then I would have difficulty explaining to the next people who came with a very, very small change
Yeah.
or addition and having to explain to them why we granted it for you, but we won't do it for them. So ultimately, it's a circumstance where it's death by a thousand cuts to an extent where we keep
Yeah.
making these incremental small changes
Well,
against precedent, and it becomes difficult where we have difficulty kind of setting that line for applicants. I would not necessarily agree to a special permit at this point in time.
okay, so,
My suggestion would be to seek variance. Obviously, once we have a 5-member board, I can be overruled. Absolutely.
yeah, if the problem is if we do vote now and it's not allowed, you're not going to be able to try this again for, what is it, 3 years? 2 years?
2 years.
So,
Oh.
yeah. So that's why I wanted to give you an idea of what the result's going to be before the result actually happens. So your options would be to go ahead and, take a risk and have us vote, but based on what you've heard from us, you can, assess your own risks there. Or the other option would be to seek a continuance, put this over to another meeting next month or the month following or whatever, and talk to your builder, talk to your, surveyor, perhaps consult a lawyer if you wanted to, and see how you can successfully, present this application now that you've heard our thoughts. And next time around, you probably will have a 5-member board and you won't have to convince everybody in the room.
What the voting requires for
Four.
total?
Yes.
And what,
It would require 4 out of 5, yes.
yeah, what's a variance process involved? Could we apply for a variance, turn this into a variance?
Yeah, you
It's
could
a
do
very
that, but
different
not
process.
right now.
Yeah.
You could turn this into an application for a variance if you meet the criteria for a variance, and that's contained in the bylaws, and Amanda is looking like she wants to say something.
Special permit, and I unfortunately don't have the bylaws in front of me. I think it's majority, so I think 3 or 4 for a special permit
What?
would, I think, so for a variance, you would need all 4 members.
Right.
But it should be
Where
Or
is,
4 out of 5.
where is that?
4 out of 5, yeah,
Yeah.
4 out of
4 out of
5.
5, but is it 3 out of
That's for a
4?
variance.
Variance.
Special permit, I think
I think you
that.
might only need 3.
Where is that?
Do my best to look on my phone.
It's not in the bylaws, that's somewhere else, right?
It might be worth revisiting with the building inspector and saying if he still believes that this is a special permit that you should apply for, you could resubmit after talking to your builder to see if anything could be done. If anything can't be done, you could also go through the criteria of the variance with us. And I'm sure that they'd be happy to give that to you. Even though you're applying for a special permit, you could sort of cover all your bases.
So all four would have to vote yes, that was.
Okay.
Go for, okay.
All right, so those are your options.
So let me just read. So the options are,
Continue until next month or the month after, and revisit with either the building inspector, the builder, etc. Maybe check out the variance criteria.
Either see if you can physically change it to fit the criteria for special permit, which would mean sticking to that 28.6%,
Yeah.
or which would mean knocking off about 12 square feet somehow.
Yeah, but taking a foot off the
Yeah.
depth.
Or by redoing how you're presenting it to us, under what rules? Variance versus special permit.
Option 2 is you move forward today, take the vote, or option 3 is you withdraw the application and sort of.
figure out our next steps, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if we take a vote today though and we don't get it, we are
You can't apply for the
years.
same
2 years.
You can't apply for the same,
mudroom.
oh,
Or 2
okay.
whatever you're trying
Okay.
to do.
Yeah. Problem is taking a foot off the back of the thing, you got the washer dryer, there's like a space so that the washer dryer doors can open, there's a door to the outside, they're gonna start like,
Did you
Hitting
say
each
take
other.
off 12 square feet?
Well, that's just based on the rough math that you
Yeah,
did.
based off the calculation, I don't,
it's
yeah.
10 feet long, it's a foot. It's a foot off, but the problem is it pushes the washer and dryer into the outside door and collapses a
Yeah,
foot off the
yeah, no, it
closet.
has to be
I don't think that
redesigned.
works.
I don't think it
Yeah, you would
work.
need to do something to make it, to keep your lot coverage at 28.6% instead of increasing it to 28.8.
It's worth discussing,
Whatever it was.
though, because you could bring that information to us and say, we did try this, and this is the result.
Yeah.
Now what do you do?
Which would stay within special permit as well too, if they stayed within that 28.6.
Yeah,
It would stay within the special permit.
yeah.
How do you get a foot off it, because you can't go the width because of the existing structures, you have like a slot.
Well,
I think it's a discussion that you could have with your architect, builder, I mean, whoever, I guess, designs this
Yeah.
layout,
Yeah.
to see if there's any way to configure it in a way to shrink it. I mean, that's I guess, my advice, but.
yeah, and, we don't like not allowing what people want to do, but there, as Chris points out, there's rules that we
Right.
are required to follow, and if we relax them in any way, even if some of us might be inclined to do so, there is, an issue with the next person who wants to relax it a little more and a little more and a little more, so.
The other circumstance, since this is strictly a coverage issue, it doesn't necessarily have to come off of this particular aspect.
That's a good point. You
There
can
could be,
chop a
there
foot
could
off
be a
something
side
else,
to-
another
chop
deck
off
or
somewhere
something.
else, another part of the deck.
Do you understand what he's saying? I know it's cutting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take a foot off somewhere else in the house.
Right.
Yep.
Make up for that 0.2%.
Just to confirm, the deck is included in that square footage.
That's what it says on the
You
plan,
shorten the deck a little bit.
on these asterisks. Decks included in
Decks
calculation.
included in calculation, yes.
Calculation, okay, yep.
And is it supposed to be included in the calculation?
However, this.
Yeah, and particularly that's relevant in this case because you're going to be using some of that deck space, so it's the same
We're
space.
replacing the deck.
Yeah,
What if
With
we took-
something else.
What if we took the deck completely off and dropped it to extended the patio back to where the deck is? Then is that not considered part of the square footage, so we free up a bunch of square footage?
Patio is not a structure.
right. The patio is not included in your square footage, the deck is. So yeah, maybe something like that would satisfy it.
Take the complete deck
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, your,
We did consider that,
patio.
actually.
yeah, your builder should be able to help you with that.
Just have them coordinate with the building inspector
So,
here.
so if
The
you,
building
so if,
Yeah,
Yeah, so if you decide not to go ahead on a vote today, then you just need to, say that and say, we're seeking to continue our hearing till,
Yeah.
And we could then come back and say January with this, whatever the next meeting is, we can get on, and if the issue was we cut the square footage by taking the deck off and replacing it and making the patio extend.
Yeah, you can amend the applications or the plans, whatever you need to.
And then do we go through the whole process
You
again?
do not have to, if you continue, you do not have to notify the abutters again.
Okay.
You will have to resubmit everything though with any new
Yeah,
additionals.
the
Yeah.
new
New
design.
Resubmit new plans, things along those lines, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
That seems like the only way that this would work then would be to do that, is to get the deck off and turn it into a patio.
Yeah.
So you have 3 options. If you ask for a continuance, you can withdraw, or you can move forward and have us vote.
So why don't we ask for a continuance and
Yeah.
then see if we can
okay.
drop some.
And if you go over to next month and you find that you need more time, I mean, it's usually reasonable and accommodating a further request for a continuance.
Okay.
Yeah.
I usually send an email a week before, just reminding everybody, so if you decide you want to continue, just put it in writing and then they'll read it, make a motion, and then vote for that.
Okay, so we send it to you?
Yes.
Okay. Desire to continue.
So
Okay.
the January meeting would be January 5th, I believe.
Yes.
So, and you can ask for that now, but then if you realize you're not going to be ready, you can ask again to move it again.
Go to
Okay. Well, let's ask for that for now, because we could,
Yeah, you can. Okay.
Okay.
So the petitioner is requesting a continuance for case number 25-16, 49 Chute Street until the next meeting, which will be January 5th. I move
Is there a motion to continue?
to accept the continuance until January 5th.
Second?
Thank you. And all in favor, Patrick?
Roll call.
Tony?
Yep.
Yeah.
Aye.
Yep.
Cindy?
Yes.
And I'm an aye as well. We will continue until January. And thank you all very much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Amanda, when we get a chance, if the building inspector, if he can kind of give us an idea of why.
Yeah. Some more explanation would be.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Why he believes one way or another, or why he believes this would be eligible for a special permit more so than a variance, that would certainly be helpful.
Thank you. Have a good night.
I'm sorry, folks, just very quickly, if I could just take 2 minutes and just take a very, very quick 2-minute break. I just need to check in. My wife just came in and said something with the baby, so I'll be right back.
No problem. Chris has a newborn.
During the interlude, can I ask a question? It's concerning these people, I don't know them at all, but it's about the fact that you were talking about 5 board members being able to vote. How can they be sure that there'll be 5 board members at the next time they appear?
They can't.
They can't.
Continue
It's,
until
we,
they're
it's
withdrawn.
usually is, we actually have 7 members. 2 of them are like substitutes, associate members. So often we have more than 5 here, and the people above 5 aren't voting. It's fairly rare to only have 4 here.
Okay.
5 or 6 is a more typical number.
Thank you.
Holidays.
Weather.
Yeah.
Did you guys get the abutters letter for the next case?
What?
The
Oh.
abutters letter?
No.
I had a few that came in after I had sent something, and one that came in the mail. Not sure if that was included.
Oh, I did see these briefly.
All right, sorry about that, everybody. We have 2 children with stomach viruses basically in my house right now, so there are lots of fun things going on.
Your fun is a strange thing.
No. Come on now. We're all masochists to an extent, aren't we? No.
Okay, ready?
I am. Let me pull up the next matter. And calling case number 25-17, 40 Martin Road, the zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing in the conference meeting room at Town Hall, 16 Lowell Street, Reading, Massachusetts, on December 2nd, 2025, at 7 p.m. on the application of Strachey, East Section 9 for a special permit under Reading zoning bylaw section 7.0, 7.3, and 723.2 to remove the existing roof and construct a new roof frame with 2 shed dormers and existing non-conforming structure with non-conforming side yard setback on the property located at 40 Martin Road, Assessor's Map 38, Lot 66 in Reading, Massachusetts. Unless there is an objection, I will dispense with the reading of the abutters list, except to say that the abutters were notified as with the following: the Select Board, Town Clerk, Police Department, Fire Department, Building Department, Conservation Commission, Health Department, Assessor's Office, Engineering Division, CPDC, members and associate members of the Board of Appeals, as well as the planning boards of Wakefield, Linfield, North Reading, Stoneham, Woburn, and Wilmington. And folks, testimony given before this board is taken under oath, so if you think you may want to speak, we would ask that you please stand and raise your right hand. I swear that the testimony given by me before this board will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The response is I do.
I do.
Thank you very much. And just you come on up, and I believe one thing I forgot to do is ask folks to identify themselves. So if you could please identify yourself by name and address, and let us know how we can be of service.
Ermal Graci, 40 Martin Road.
Lisa Malgar, 40 Martin.
Thank you. Why don't you continue to get us through your application, Mr. Graci?
Yes, so hi. We just bought the house like 3 months ago. We just moved in. And the idea is that we want to try to use as much space as possible, especially on the second floor, trying to get rid of the crawl spaces on both sides, and by adding 2 dormers without raising the existing height of the roof.
Okay.
Hoping to add some bedrooms and bathrooms.
Any board members have any questions?
Oh, I've got it.
So it's not necessarily a second floor addition, since do you currently have a second floor right now?
We have a second floor. We're not changing the height. We're just adding 2 dormers on both sides.
Okay.
We could have done it without removing the roof, but it needs some structural. So.
All right, this to me is an example of what we talked about a little bit in the other one, which is you're adding more space, but you are not increasing the nonconformity because it's on the same footprint exactly. So I don't see any issues with allowing this myself.
Yeah.
We have no plans later to extend or to do anything else.
So it currently has a side setback of 5.2. That's the existing non-conforming side setback. And there's no
And there's no change to that.
Correct.
The change.
They don't want to see the.
That's the same as I already have here, it's just bigger.
in front of me as well.
Yeah.
Public comment?
Are there any other members from the public who would like to speak on this matter?
Okay, you gotta be sworn in. Sure. We have one.
Thank you. Sir, do you hereby solemnly declare nor affirm under the best penalties of perjury testimony you shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Name is Robert Bennett. I'm
Thank you, sir. And
34 Martin Road.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Mr. Please provide your name and address, please.
Robert Bennett, 34 Martin Road.
Thank you, Mr. Bennett. What else?
I am the abutter on the side with the 5.2 lot line, and I have absolutely no objection to this. I want to have that on the record that I welcome their addition of the dormers, and I think it would be just fine.
Okay, thank you. And we also, did I see an email on this one or something like that?
Yes, I did see a letter regarding this one as well.
Butters letter.
From
Oh, here.
a Kirill Deskolov, 65 Martin Road.
Yep.
And this is also in favor of relief as well.
Okay.
So
Is there a motion?
we'll close for public comment and then, yeah, if anyone
Apologies.
wants to.
Thank you, Patrick.
I can make a motion. I move to accept the applicant's special permit request under Reading zoning bylaw section 7.0, 7.3, and 7.32 to remove the existing roof and construct a new roof frame with 2 shed dormers, an existing non-conforming structure with a non-conforming side yard setback that we just discussed. And this is located on 40 Martin Road, and I'm gonna also reference the plan if I can find it. As described on the plan dated October 22nd, 2025, with the Reading Land Surveyors LLC. This is a special permit. I'll reference the designs that came with it, and special permit is subject to the following conditions. Petitioner shall submit to the building inspector a certified plot plan of the proposed construction and proposed foundation plans prior to the issuance of the foundation permit for the work. Petitioner's final construction plans for the new structure shall be submitted to the building inspector along with the as-built foundation plans prior to the issuance of the building permit. As-built plans showing the completed construction shall be submitted to the building inspector immediately after the work is completed and prior to the issuance of the occupancy permit. So moved.
I'll second.
Thank you. And we will do a roll call vote. So Patrick?
Aye.
Johnny?
Aye.
Cindy?
Aye.
I am an aye as well. That is unanimous. Congratulations, folks.
Thank
I believe Amanda will have an order.
Yep. Yep.
Wait for a second, so.
Yeah, Chris, you freeze up now and then. We can make things out well enough, but you're freezing up now and then, so that's why we're sometimes not responding right away.
No problem whatsoever. Completely makes sense. We need to get our internet connection amped up a little bit in the house here. I believe that takes us to minutes from October next.
I was not here, so.
Me neither.
Did we have other business
Yes, we
as
do
part of the
also.
agenda?
Yes, we do.
There was, yeah.
But we have, I mean, it's up to you guys if you guys want to push this to the next meeting to vote on the minutes, because neither of you were there.
Oh, that's true. Most people on these
Yeah,
meetings are not here.
Yeah, that might be the best.
Okay.
Two are, yeah, three out of four are not, so.
The last meeting that we had was just to issue the continuance for Summers Ave, right?
Pretty much.
I think that's all it was,
That
correct?
and
Here's the minutes.
the minutes, and that was it.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
It was a short.
I think-
It was, I think, a 5-minute meeting.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
But it's, since you guys weren't here, I'm not sure if like you,
Yeah, Anthony, you're the only one who was
I
here.
think I was the only one who was here, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah, so we can put
Push
those
that
to
up.
the
Yeah.
next meeting.
Yeah.
But just for the record, I already pointed out, and I think Amanda already corrected, that
Yeah.
I did not vote on any of these things, as noted, because I was not there.
Yep.
That is fair. All right, moving on, we have the rental regulatory agreement under other business as well, and I'm apparently taking this out of order. I have difficulty reading, it seems. So, Amanda, can you kind of take us through what
This is?
this is?
So I
Or
can
kind
read
of-
you the notes that Andrew gave me that I put in the email.
Yes.
So this is the original email I sent last week. But
And this is like a revised version.
The notes didn't make a lot of sense to me,
So
just because I didn't have the context.
I'm not sure if you guys want a copy, but
Oh, I have a copy.
I don't have notes on it, but from what I know from it is you guys are supposed to review the agreement. Interest didn't have very many notes, but to keep in mind that all 19 affordable units will be eligible for subsidized housing inventory. 55 units will be market rate. The units will be maintained to a household at or below 80% area median income. Units will be dispersed among bedroom sizes relative to the market rate unit count and according to 40B requirements. To see those, you'd have to see Appendix A. The units are to be affordable in perpetuity. Annual monitoring shall occur in 2C Section 3 of the regulatory agreement if you're curious on allowable annual increases.
So he wants us to sort of read this and
I did,
give our
Yeah, so
opinion as to
basically
whether it
it's-
complies with the zoning regulations.
From my understanding, it's I don't know much about this outside of what I shared with you guys.
Yeah.
It's more of like just like acknowledging, like the changes, I guess.
This
What
modification
changes?
for compliance purposes type things?
Yeah.
Or?
I just don't understand how this falls into our
The ZBA,
purview.
I know.
From my understanding, I have the original email from whoever sent it over, but I guess it's the chair who is the one who signs it. It has to be notarized, which I think I mentioned in the email.
Yeah.
I can text Andrew and see when this needs to be done by, in case
Yeah.
you want some more information.
Yeah, I mean, I can review this, I just don't know what I'm looking for, or what
Yeah.
you know, what the point of my review is.
I can try giving Andrew a call if you want. If you
Has
guys-
town council looked at this?
I honestly, I'm not sure, I was just asked to pass
Yeah.
it along. But if you want, I can give Andrew a quick call.
See if
Put him
he's
on speaker.
Sure, if he's available.
Need to be signed and notarized by the chair, which I can do during the meeting. Additional info, not too many notes, but to keep in mind.
Hey, the board just has some questions on the regulatory use agreement. Do you mind if I put you on speaker? Thanks. Okay. I have Andrew McNichol on speaker.
Hi, Andrew.
Hi, everyone.
What do you want us to do besides sign off on this? You want us to review it in light of the bylaws and make sure it's in somewhat conformity, or is there specific stuff you want us to look for?
No, so it's really just 40B law to have the ZBA sign the regulatory agreement which is really just an agreement with the developer and owner of the
Right.
apartments that the affordable units will remain affordable under these laws and under these rules and regulations of the regulatory agreement. So that's really all it is just us endorsing and agreeing that the affordable units will be in place.
Okay, so, and 40B requires this? Puts this on the ZBA? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got lawyers on this board. We just didn't know, if we're reviewing it, what are we doing with it? But if it's just the ZBA needing to sign it, I'm assuming that town council looked at this and whoever needs to look at this looked at this, and we're not reviewing it in that way. We're just
Right, exactly.
executing it.
As far as I know,
Yeah.
all questions were asked, we got them answered, and everything was in place.
Yeah, this looks like a red line version of the one that we have.
So DHCD will take the final, I should call them ELC, they'll take the final and confirm the dates and everything in it, but the red line version is for them to approve at the end.
So you just want the ZBA to approve that the town has full rights to enter into this agreement for 40B purposes with the builder or whoever.
Yep, to just enter and sign the regulatory agreement for the Eden Lakeview 40B apartments.
All right,
Okay.
that's on you, Chris.
Yeah, and our chairman isn't physically here today, so, but,
Andrew, it's Chris. I'm remote today, so I am not actually able to sign this today. What kind of timing are we working with here?
When would you like him to sign it?
I'm pretty wide open tomorrow and Thursday, so if you have the time, Chris, whenever it really works for you.
So if you want to let me know, that way I can notarize it, because it has to be notarized.
Yeah.
So that way, make sure that I'm there or someone else is there to notarize.
Good point.
okay. Chris, do you feel like you need to have the board vote to authorize you to do this or something like that, or, I don't know.
Do you think, what does it actually say in 40B? Does it have to be the chair, or can the vice chair, can I just sign for him?
I believe this would just be a simple majority. So if there's 3 people there, I think that would suffice, but I would have to double check on that, so I could follow up with Chris individually, but if the 3 is enough, then I can just take it, if you do vote to approve it.
You could take my signature today, and if Chris needs to come in, then he can come in. If not, then there's no need
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, Patrick's vice chair. He could also sign if he's on as well.
Yeah. This is actually 40B sections 20 to 23, which I am bringing up on my
Yeah,
thing right now.
typically it's actually the select board for local action units, but because this is 40B, it defaults to zoning board, was my
Okay.
understanding.
Okay.
See, Chris, this is why I skipped the August meeting, so that you'd get appointed chair and I wouldn't have to deal with it.
And I thought you'd feel bad about that. I thought Patrick would say, how come they didn't put me as chair?
Yeah, seriously? Come on now.
All right, well, I mean, I'm willing, I could look at 40B, I could review the thing, but, I mean,
Yeah, if you want to take more
I don't really
time
need
to
to.
do it, that would be okay. I can let the applicant know.
Yeah, we didn't know what kind of timeline the applicant was on or things along those lines. If this is something that we could push till the January meeting or not, so.
Sorry, I couldn't fully hear the question.
He said, we don't know what the applicant's timeline is in terms of, can this wait until January for us?
I know they do need it for financing, and so
Okay.
it would be preferred tonight, but
I'd be
Yeah.
fine, comfortable
I'm-
signing it.
Yeah,
based on what we had just talked about, that under 40B, they need our permission to enter into this agreement. And if you
Yeah,
have
it's
the,
pretty standard language in 40B and then the
Right.
regulatory agreement.
okay, yeah, I'm fine with that too.
I'm comfortable if we wanted to take a vote, and we could also vote to authorize Patrick to sign it on our behalf as well for tonight too.
sure.
Yep, that's okay with me too.
Yep.
All right, then I move that the board can approve this being signed on behalf of the board by our vice chair.
Yeah, for
I'll second.
purposes of 40B.
For purposes of 40B.
And I will second, Chris. So, and then, roll call vote, Patrick.
Aye.
Anthony.
Aye.
Cindy. And Chris says
Thank you, Andrew.
Alrighty, thank you guys very much.
aye as well.
Okay.
We approve that. Thanks,
Okay.
Andrew.
I do not have a pen.
Awesome.
I do, but I have
Oh, you need
my
to notarize
notarized
too.
stuff is at my desk, so if I can just give me a minute.
Do we
Where,
have to do that during the meeting, or?
I don't think so.
Okay. So motion to adjourn?
move to adjourn.
Sounds great.
I'll take that as a
All in favor? Aye.
Yep.
All right.
Meeting's adjourned. Thank you all so much for putting up with my glitches and such. So
Thank you. Good luck.
Have a good night.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, guys. See you.
All right.
And you need a, Amanda, are you a notary or you've got,
Yes.
there's notaries right here, right? Okay.